loaded. John, beer time. Today, you're no stranger to this one. I don't believe. I think you've had this before. Bent Paddles Barrel Aged Extra Baked. This is a pastry stout from Duluth Brewing up there in Duluth, Minnesota area. So this says barrel aged extra baked stout with chocolate coconut plus vanilla flavor. I always get a little skeptical with the flavorings when they say they add that. But I'm a big fan of stouts, chocolate, coconut, and vanilla. So I'm looking forward to this. On the back, as we roll the can over, if you take a look, here's Bent Paddle. There's Minnesota. We roll it around to the back here, and I read Bent Paddle Barrel Aged Extra Baked. Our extra baked pastry stout is loaded. Loaded. With decadent flavor. Decadent. It's baked. Pun intended, you think here? With stout malt, oats, chocolate rye, and assorted crystal. Ooh, chocolate rye. Ooh, chocolate rye. And assorted crystal malts. It's extra baked by aging it in bourbon barrels for 3 months with pastry staples of chocolate, coconut, and vanilla. This beer is a celebration of some of the best dessert flavors we could stir up. Cheers. 12 fluid ounces, 8.3% ABV, 48 IBU. And then it's got the, go to bentpaddlebrewing.com to learn more. So yeah, here's the packaging. She's pretty wonderful. I like the way it is. It's a can that's kind of like it's wrapped. And I'm a fan of that. I like the way it feels. Just feels like a little something extra they give you. Anyway, there she is. Ooh, few bubbles on top. Ooh, they look creamy. And a pour, if I can get this on camera here. Oh boy. Yay, stouts. You know, it's the middle of summer right now, and I find myself getting to the stouts in the back of the fridge a little less often. But it's kind of cloudy and rainy today, so, you know, good way to kick off an evening right here. Take a look at this guy. Look at the head on that. And it is opaque, better known as opaque, as I hold to the light here. Hopefully somewhere on the edge of the camera you can see there's a light in the beer and no light coming through it. It sure does look inviting with that really light tan head and thick body. Throw a nose in. Coconut. Not catching any of the rye. Definitely coconut. Chocolate. It's like sweet coconut though. It's not like, I don't know. It smells sweet, and I don't know if that's a combination of the vanilla and the coconut or what the deal is there. But yeah, coconut definitely on top, and you can smell a little bit of the malt, the crystal malt in there. I gotta pause. I gotta wee one. All right, so we put this beer on 2 very short intermittent timeouts. And in that time frame, you can see that the head is really dissipated. It's a bold-looking beer. And I think I should probably try it. What do you think? It's hard to let these sit for too long. That coconut is definitely prevalent. I don't know if that's a bad thing. As I work my way through, it may incorporate itself into the beer. This would probably be a good candidate to let it sit and warm a bit. Definitely coconut. I'm getting some light chocolate. Still not getting the rye. And there's a little bit of woodiness as you go through it. Like, it's not your typical like bourbon barrel. It's I'm gonna go in for another pull here. Okay. Now the rye has just shown up a touch. But there's a woodiness that runs through this too. And it's interesting. Like I wouldn't describe it as like a bourbon barrel like oakiness. It's a little different. And I don't know the best way to describe it other than just there's a woodiness to this thing. Not like Toy Story Woody. Or not like Woody from Cheers. Probably closer to Woody from Cheers though. But yeah, it's just it's interesting. I'd like to let this one sit for a while and see how the flavors kind of meld together. So I'm gonna take one more pull. We'll put this on another timeout. So I attempted playing Gracefully Face Down by The Devil Makes Three. And I whiffed. I don't remember any of the chords or any of the lyrics. So in any case, getting back, we're going to take another pull off of this as it warmed a bit in the glass. And I dorked around. So it's starting to come together as it warms, right? And we talk about this a lot. You got to sort of let a beer be what it is in the glass, especially these bigger, higher alcohol, higher gravity beers. The chocolate is starting to take over, and there's more dark chocolate prevalent, and it's starting to level off the coconut. There's still that woodiness to it, and that little bit of rye kind of runs through it to help clean it up. And it does have a bit of a hop content too, and I'm not really able to discern what it is, but it helps clean up on the back end. And it's a really interesting beer. I think if you're into pastry beers and things like that, this one to me is on the lighter side of that and a little more accessible, but you really have to let this thing do its thing in the glass for a bit before you can really get the full effect of it. As it warms in the glass, it really kind of comes into what it is, being what it is. Overall, really good offering. I've had some really good stuff from Bent Paddle. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with this. Again, I don't know if you're a typical barrel-aged beer drinker. This one will probably miss the mark on that note. But very good beer nonetheless. Bent Paddles, barrel-aged, extra baked. As always, my good friend, I hope you guys are doing well and being safe. And we're going to have to get together and trade some beers here real soon, all right? Take care of yourself, and always drink good beer. Decadent.